decided to do bronzer too because my forehead's really huge. I'm getting ready to go out. Not like a party or anything. Literally just errands with my friend. I don't know where to leave my camera or like what side angles and stuff yet. Bear with me as I learn. Watch this be like the last video I make. I work at night at a store that we are open 24/7. It's crazy, especially when I'm working by myself. Most of the time, maybe like 2-3 days a week. Actually, two days. 2 days of the week I do work by myself. And then the weekend I work with someone for like a couple hours. At least until the beer closes. So. Now I'm going to apply, actually, I have a purple scrunchie, so I'm going to do a purple look. I'm just going to put this all over my eyes, carelessly. Oh, imagine I go out like this. So I'm going to go in with this light purple one from the pastel collection. I depotted them into like a loose powder empty container that I got from Amazon. So yeah, in my job, there's a lot of crazy people, especially in the weekends. It's annoying. When we get robbed, I feel personally attacked. And it happens, I feel like they're robbing me, even though it's not my store. But like, it happened on my watch. Like, how dare you do that? Like, if you want to steal when I'm not there. Actually, don't steal at all. But that's just rude. So we have this guy. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you guys what happened on the first time. Like, the first time it happened, we didn't really notice, and we couldn't get, I don't know if he did, or, I'm pretty sure he did, but it was me and my coworker who noticed that he was just being really odd. Like, he was just walking around, and every time we tried to follow him in an aisle, he would go in a different aisle. So he already had stolen by the time we realized it, because like 2 minutes later he just like decides to leave. And it kind of, I don't know if he had something in his pocket or something. I'm pretty sure he took a charger, but there's no evidence to that. So that's like the first encounter. The second time, oh, it was like around 5 in the morning, and around that time it's pretty much that's where customers start to come in for coffee. You know, I start to get a rush. And he slips in there. I didn't even notice he was in there. Like, I didn't see him. He was basically just going in the back. This is me. Like, I know because I've seen the camera, the videos after. But he was just walking around. And then when I noticed him, he was in the front on the other side. I was on my register. No, I wasn't. I was mopping, and I noticed he was still inside the store, and I was like, I'm gonna see you. Like, as soon as I noticed him, I was doing the exact same thing I did last time. I followed him through every aisle, but by that time, once again, he had already stolen something. I didn't know what he stole, but I knew that he did something because he looked very suspicious, and he also had like a very large jacket that had stuff in there. It was very obvious. But if I called the cops, they would question me like, are you sure? You know, like it's happened before. So I already know what's gonna happen if I did call the cops. You know, and by the time they would get there, he would be gone. By the time he left, I was like, you know what, this guy, he stole something, I'm pretty sure. And when I checked the cameras, I was by myself, so I had to make sure it was at a certain time where we wouldn't have people come in, unfortunately. So I had to go back and forth. The cameras are the video cameras that will allow me to see what happened minutes before, even hours before, was all the way in the back, and literally the opposite, you know, from my register. So I had to run every time I would hear the bell, the door bell, that allows me to know when a customer is inside. I feel like I've lost the pastel brown, purple. And so I saw this guy grabbing sandwiches and stuffing them, maybe like one actually, one or two, stuffing them in his jacket. And I was like, I knew it. I freaking knew it. I sensed it. I have the sixth sense. No, I don't. And so I got this guy. I was recording it on my phone. And then that's when I had to call the cops because I had proof. They did exactly what I knew they would do. Was say, well, you know, what's happened. Like if he comes in again, call the cops. That's it. That's all they told me. Like, well, you know, call us if he comes in again. I was like, what the fuck? Like, really? This guy comes in again after they leave. That's what I'm like, you know what, dude, get out. Because I saw you steal. This was like an hour later after he stole. So he comes in and I told him, get out. I gave him a warning because I knew that these cops were not going to come in on time. So what was the point? And so he was like, oh, I'm just here, you know, to get my charger. And I was like, I saw you steal sandwiches. Don't even pretend like you don't know. And he said, well, I'm just here to, you know, I'm here for my charger, which I'm pretty sure he stole from the first time that I saw him. I told him, like, if you ever come back here again, I'm gonna call the cops. And he's like, okay. So I know he did. Like, he knew that I caught him. He just left and said, okay, just accepted the warning. And so I told my boss, he just calls him the sandwich thief, and that's that. So a couple of days go by, maybe like a week and a half go by. And it's Sunday morning, because I work Saturday night to Sunday morning. It's slow. I get a regular customer who comes in every weekend to get her lotteries. So she comes in. I was cleaning in the back. I hear the doorbell ring, and the same guy comes in, but I didn't see him because I was in the back when he came in. He followed her in, so all I know is that a customer came in, not two, because I only heard the door once. So he, you know, made sure that he came in before the door closed. And I know that because I saw the cameras after. So this is just a mess. He goes one way as I go the other way with this customer, because he knows that I don't know that he's in there. So he's basically invisible. And then when I'm talking to her or like ringing her up, because she always gets her cigarettes, he's in the back. By the time I saw him again, it was too late, because he had grabbed, at the time I didn't know, but I knew he took something, because again, he had something stuffed in his pocket, in his jacket. And I confronted him. So he's like, oh, well, he grabs a box of Crown Royal. It's like a gift box that we have up. So he grabs it and he's like, oh, well, here, like, I'll put it back. Like, he made sure that I saw him put this box back, but I knew better. I knew he had already taken something else. So I tried to block him, and he was like, I didn't take anything. And I was like, bruh, like, you really have something in there, and you can't hide that. Because I'm not a fool. And I call the cops. And just like before, it was too late. He had already left. There was nothing that they can do. And like, it took them 5 minutes, but you know, he had left already. And this customer was like, do you need me to stay, you know, to talk to the cops? And I was like, no, it's okay. I already knew what they were gonna do and say. They couldn't do anything about it. And that was that. I told my boss that he came back. And on the video, it's even creepier. Because this guy, This guy waited outside for 15 minutes. I don't know why I put it down. I had to put it back up again. For 15 minutes. Waiting for a customer to come in. So I knew it. I knew he was just waiting for someone to come in, because he knew that he wasn't supposed to be in there, and he decided to go in anyway. And he also knew that I was by myself, so he took advantage of that too. And that I couldn't do anything about it because if it was already too late. And so my boss was like, "Are you sure it's the same guy?" I'm like, "What do you mean? Like, I went face to face with this guy twice. What makes you think that it's not the same? Like, I'll get them mixed up. Like, of course it's the same guy." And he was like, "Well, it's because it's not the same scarf." What? I feel like he thinks that every criminal can afford clothes, so they wear the exact same thing. I feel like that's what he feels like. It looks crappy in the freaking, but I swear it looks good in real life. At least I'm telling myself that. It's the same guy. Also, I saw his face. I was there. I am a witness and a victim. I'm actually gonna go in with truth right here. And just apply that just to make the purple darker. Why do I keep calling it brown? I don't know where this is going, guys. Okay. Warning, I don't wear foundation. Not because I feel like I don't need it. I know I need it. But I'm too lazy and I don't really like how it feels around my mouth. I want to eat comfortably, so I don't tend to wear much. I just spread it around because this concealer is like, a little goes a long way. I keep looking this way, I'm sorry. And I keep looking that way, I'm sorry. Even though there's a mirror behind. It's my last week working over there. Got my taxes so I don't have to work. I'm just kidding. That was just a coincidence. But I gave a 1 month notice just because I know how hard it is to look for night shift. They didn't get anybody new. They just got new people for another shift to cover their shift. But basically they're using 2 people to split my shift because I'm basically the whole shift. I didn't mind working 5 days at night. I love the customers. When I work mornings, like when it's 4 to 7, around that time, that's the morning customers. They get coffees and they always appreciate me. They always tell me that I'm so good at what I do because there's always fresh coffee and it's always clean. And even my boss appreciates me. It's just co-workers that suck. Some of them. I've been working there for 1.5 years. So yeah, I'm gonna miss my customers. I'm gonna miss my co-workers, the cool ones. Not gonna lie, there are witches in there. I'm not gonna go into it because then it's gonna be a really long video. There were times where I've got into really sticky situations, like the sandwich dude. Ever since my friends started working there too, she works night shift too, she works on the days that I don't. Like, they've been treating her like crap. Sorry. I don't want to work in an environment where they treat people like that. She's gonna quit as well, I hope. I decided to do bronzer too because my forehead's really huge. I don't put any mascara under my eye, the bottom lashes, just because they get stuck when I do and it's annoying, so I don't do it. I'm gonna go in with the Hades shade from the collection, Villains collection from ColourPop. That's it. That's me getting ready. I'm probably gonna fix this ponytail, I guess. I'll be right back. Okay, this is the finished look. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye.